Good day, and welcome to another episode of the Papi's podcast. Me and Flo actually started
Yo,
talking about 30 minutes ago already about some deep topics, but I said, Flo, hit that record button. Today, on this episode of the Papi's podcast, we're gonna discuss some misses. And not just any misses, no, some universal misses. Yeah, you guessed it right. Miss Universe. Oh my God. So Flo, I heard you've been watching the Miss Universe first pageant this past week. So can you tell us a bit about what you've seen and how it's been so far?
bro, I didn't watch anything. Sorry, I don't watch this kind of stuff, but
If
yeah,
anybody here watches it, hey, no judgment, it's all good. But well, I happened to hear, or I also didn't watch it, Phil, but I just happened to hear that there was some controversy. I will choose one country specifically because it's this country that has very beautiful girls. They're all very tall, blonde, blue eyes. They are gorgeous, beautiful girls. Beautiful girls. They have some of the most beautiful girls in the world. But this country, instead of sending a girl, they chose to send a man to the Miss Universe pageant. And yesterday, during my Toastmasters club, my Toastmasters meeting, one of our Toastmasters, he brought up this amazing game where we had to discuss what we think about this topic. And it was controversy in the room. The energy went up and down and everywhere and out. And I think that this is what we have to discuss today on the Papi's podcast to make it go a bit viral and let people voice themselves as well in the comments everywhere. But it's very curious, like, what is it about? So, Flo, I love that you are very heart centered in this discussion. So, Flo, I would just like to literally ask you the same question that came yesterday, right? So, Flo, do you think two things? So, do you think that a transsexual, a man that became a woman that dresses and fully behaves as a woman, is a woman or should be regarded as a woman? And would you think that this trans woman would be also or should be participating in the Miss Universe against other biological women, not in between brackets? And I'm still neutral on this side. I still haven't given my advice. I know this is a hot topic. So, Flo, it's all yours, man. Here's the mic.
well, the thing is, so everything we say here is just our opinion, right? It's not like we have the answers to anything. And I
Yeah.
don't think, there's right or wrong. In this situation, there's also, no right or wrong. And also, who are we to judge, right? I don't think like I have the right to decide. What I do know is that, I think life is such a deep experience. It's about self-expression, expressing yourself. And transgender people, they feel in a certain way, in a way you, me, people who don't experience this, they they just feel like something is off. They were born in the wrong body, or they feel something, and they want to express that, right? And if this man wants to express his or her feminine side or whatever side, then he has the right. I don't think there's anything wrong with this. I think there's so much judgment still out there, and people, again, they cannot grasp it. They can't understand what other people are going through, right? And it's also easier to judge than to actually try to understand the person. I think sexuality is very deep. It's a very, yeah, it's a magical thing, and no one has ever figured it out, why we came to this earth, and why there are men and women, and how it works, and why only two genders are there, right? But like I said, I think it's self-expression. Everything we do in life, if you choose to wear certain clothes or have a tattoo or piercings, whatever, it's self-expression. And I think everyone should be able to express her or himself the way they want, right? It's like the way you feel comfortable, the way you feel it's you, that's one that wants to come out. And I think that's the most important thing. And like I said, there's so much judgment out there, of course. And again, the separation, I'm better than you. I know it better than you. What are you doing? What you're doing is wrong, and what I'm doing is right. And it's this ego part is also really, really tricky, I think, because so many people are trapped in this identity. I'm a man, and that's the only thing, and I'm a girl, and that's the only thing. And if you are in between, or if you feel in a certain way, then that's wrong. That's wrong. And this is my truth and my absolute truth, and yeah, and fuck you, I know it better. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's
man.
my take.
I love it because you first gave you didn't really mention even Miss Universe yet, and I love it because there were two questions, and you gave your take on the first question, which I also honestly I'm a firm believer that in this world that you create, no, you create the world through your eyes, you activate this world. This is like really a fact. Your body is like this sensory machine, and as you go through life, you hear things, see things, feel things, and it creates your perception of the world. So I really believe it is your world, and everybody should do whatever they want in their world. But the thing, it doesn't change that we are living with more people. And even though you are projecting this world, we are co-projecting a world, right? And the co-projection of this world. So Flo is projecting what he believes is the best, and Nevin as well. And this somehow intertwines in the middle. And sometimes we disagree. We have wars, but we intertwine in the middle, and we agree to create media, to create understanding, man, woman, library, books. To we together as a human being species, we put in paper, in print all over the world, like, okay, these are the things, or some people like chose, and a lot of things can be wrong. They can be misinterpretations that were done hundreds of years ago. Men and women, like you said, maybe there are indeed more genders that the psychologists didn't really understand or see back then, and now with more, understanding and self-understanding, like in the past years, people had to always work in factories and always be, and now we have just so much free time that we're like, hey, let me discover myself. And I'm a firm believer that you should always discover your sexuality, go through that, enjoy life. We're here to also have sex every day, enjoy, do what you need to do to be happy, or don't. But what is really for me then a cringe is when we as a species agree to have certain systems, role models. It's actually already fucked up with music and rap artists and all of the shit that our youth is listening to already. But also when, let's say, media, movies, Miss Universe pageants start to get used in a way where I feel that it's promoting, it's like promoting the demasculinization of men, but also kind of promoting more, it's just like normal, it's like, oh, let's celebrate, or putting women in a space where, imagine I'm competing, I'm as a woman, a proud Dutch woman. I'm gonna go back to the Netherlands because I live there, right? I'm a proud Dutch, yeah, ik spreek Nederlands, proud Dutch woman, and I go to this pageant, put all my effort in it, and I lose against a man, like somebody was born a man. Like, I don't know, it gives me a cringe. It doesn't make sense. It's like, it's not fair. I feel it's not fair. And it's maybe my opinion. I don't know if it's I'm happy that I can share this. It makes me happy to fucking share this. So Flo, what do you think about the cringe that maybe now when I have a kid, a little boy, I will have to take him to the movies, and now Spider-Man is gay, and fucking, I don't know, uh, I don't know who else is in Spider-Man. One of the villains, they're now having sex together, and like, like everything is like super rainbow. And I feel that for a reason, men and women, if you look at statistics, how men are behaving, how sperm count is decreasing, how we are as a man, as men becoming more passive, while we need people to build the communities around us. If I look at my island, Aruba, men are not active. I say this, I challenge you, Aruban man, to fucking do more. I challenge you. Come towards me. I challenge you. And I feel that there is so much things to be done, Flo, but fear, misinterpretation. So I feel that the trans are being put on such a high pedestal where male figures are not. And I should feel that this balance shouldn't be like this for young kids being born on this earth, where they're going to be very confused in what is right. And when their top role models are transsexual people, where it might just really mess up the fate of mankind and human beings as a whole. And this is kind of my view on it. Maybe it sounds like an evil master plan, but that's kind of how I see it. What do you think? You go for it.
The thing is, I think there's a huge difference between being conditioned or brainwashed by social media and whatever, and actually expressing yourself. There's a huge difference. So, if you bring your kid to the cinema and all of a sudden Spider-Man is gay, well, it can happen, right? And there is nothing wrong with this. I think the most important thing is to actually have this conversation with the kids, you know, and yes, possibly in school, because the school system doesn't tell you shit. It tells you how to add numbers, but then you know, you grow up and you are messed up because you don't know the most important things in life, how to invest or how to deal with money or how to feel, you know, emotions, your values. No one talks about this stuff. And I think it's also, again, sexuality is super deep, and I think teachers should actually teach about
Yeah.
this. No teacher is going to tell you about this. And even if they do, it's a taboo, right? It's a huge taboo. Sexuality and sex is a taboo still in school. And yeah, like I said, there's a huge difference between being brainwashed and conditioned and actually just expressing yourself and actually knowing what the fuck you're going through and how you feel. And is it a trauma? Is it something that actually wants to get out and you want to express because that's who you are, that's your essence? Or it's just something, you know, social, you saw on social media, and then you just want to do it because your best friend Peter did too. You know what I mean? So there's a huge difference.
We can have an opinion, but we have very little control over such 8 billion worldwide. You know what I mean? Things like, what am I going to do about the Miss University pageant? But it's still interesting to have an opinion, no? And think about this. Yeah.
I think there's one interesting thing you mentioned. It's like, you know, let's say you go there as a man and a woman beats you. And it's like, first of all, it's ego, right? Because let's say you go out there
Yeah.
and you're applying for a job and a girl gets the job and you don't, then you will not be like, oh, the girl got the job, you know? But it's also a competition in a sense, right? I mean, okay, maybe it's not the best example, but you know what I mean.
No, it is.
And
It is an
it's an
example.
ego thing.
It is
It's
an
an ego
example.
thing. Because
Yeah.
honestly, and I'm, you know, let's be honest here, if we are only talking about the looks, I saw men, like transgender men, like who look like a woman, like you cannot tell the difference, and they look gorgeous, you know what I mean? And it's self-expression.
Yeah.
You go to this Miss Universe and it's judgment. You're being judged based on your looks, so it's purely about your looks, right? No one cares what's behind, that's in between your legs, like no one cares. And yeah, you know, that's what you get when you
Yeah, because in
judge people
essence,
based on their looks.
it is a beauty pageant in essence, and it is like that, bro. But it's crazy that all of these pageants are also driven by mega corporations of makeup and beauty and brands. It's just
Yeah.
like a whole thing, and it's just this whole marketing gimmick, bro, to really throw
Yeah.
us off. And I really love that you touched on the topic of just sexual education in general, bro, and not just sexual education of like the physical sex, but just really about masculinity and femininity and how to treat a woman and how to be. We don't really learn any of these things in school, and most of the times our parents miserably fail, and not pointing the fingers at them, but they just didn't get anything themselves. And this is something that we don't have in our society. So I just like, it's not that I want to hear less trans talk. I want to hear more like female, positive female and positive male talk. I want to see more of these male figures. But somehow I feel like the trans, they have more self-confidence, man. They're like more out there, they're more colorful, and they just catch the eye faster than just the normal masculine or female role model. And that's maybe what's also interesting. It's kind of like the flamingo in the room because it just stands out. It's like, it's a man that looks amazing as a woman. It's like just really, it's very interesting. Like if I look at one of the top reggaeton artists, his name is Bad Bunny. Very, very, very famous. One of the biggest, richest. He's very young. He's younger than me. I'm 30. I think he's like maybe 27 now. And in many, many of his video clips, he dresses up as a woman. He dresses up in drag. He went to SNS Live in drag. He's always portraying this woman and using this as like also a marketing gimmick, bro, in a sense. And this is what I'm just sensing, that this whole trans Miss Universe thing is some type of, again, marketing gimmick by the CIA, Universe, Illuminati, whatever you want to call it, just distract us from going within and understanding who we are really, and trying to distract us, bro.
Yeah, that's why I was saying, you know, maybe what Bad Bunny is doing, maybe he's expressing himself, or he's just trying to trigger people and get attention. Because there's a huge fucking difference, right? Is it actually you, or is it like, you know, you want money, you want fame? Because yeah, that's what you know, nowadays is everything about. Is everything is about money, and being a man and not being seen because these people stand out, and I think it's also energy, right? Because these people have a different energy. You have energy, and I have energy, and they have also a certain energy, and because they just know how to express themselves, how to show this, how to radiate this energy, and that's why they go into this room, and you just see how they're being perceived, and they drag attention. And yeah, I think everything is energy also, and expressing your energy is what you are doing at the
Oh,
end of the day.
I love it, bro. Man, you're such a wise sexual coach, bro. I was trying to do an example, like you said, bro. Trying to think of an example. You said about the work, but imagine this: there is an all-girls school, a private school, no, in Beverly Hills, all girls, only girls, and there is a ad, no, online, and the ad says we are looking for a female teacher. We're looking for a female teacher for a female school. It's like an all-girls VIP boarding school, and then like I, as a woman, I apply, but then a trans man goes and gets that job. And then I just wonder, like, I'm not saying it's bad or good, but I'm just trying to do like a scenario and trying to think, is there something bad? But then then the guy goes in front of it and it's like, hello, children. Like this male or maybe or it would it be judged on how masculine or feminine he still looks, if he can trick the children, or what would the parents think of this school? There's so many things involved that are cringe, and what I want to just share is that even though maybe it was a silent way of saying it, 99% of everybody in the room put the red sticker and they said, no, a trans woman is not a woman. Like
Hmm.
everybody in this Toastmaster meeting. So for me, it was like, whoa, there's like, it's not only me that has some type of, I love that you are also not like this, like you are very open-minded and everything. So we can get both sides of this beautiful conversation, bro. Really, man.
Yeah, this is my opinion. Of course, I don't have life figured out, right? I think sexuality is not black and white. I think it's really deep. I have friends who are bisexual or gay. I actually talk to them a lot about this topic, and if you are into I don't know, if you're a man and you're into men, it's not like something is wrong with you. It's energy. Like you actually feel like you feel attracted. You feel this attraction, and
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you
yeah.
cannot explain it. I don't feel this for other men. I cannot explain it, but I definitely feel when I'm surrounded by gay guys that I feel this energy. I feel that they have a different vibration. I don't know how to explain it. And that's what they attract, right? Like I said, it's not black and white. There is so much more, and yeah, there is so much judgment out there. And if you want to express yourself and you know how to, and you're not being conditioned and brainwashed, and I don't know, just copying other people, then you should be able to do whatever you want to do. And of course, yeah, I mean, you shouldn't hurt other people, right? Or put other people in danger. But if that's not the case, then you are good to go. And of course, when it comes to like Miss Universe or something, people will have their opinions, and they will always judge, because that's what we do. We love to feel superior, better than others. But at the end of the day, it's just another human being trying to express her or himself, and showing her or himself in a way he or she wants. And of course, is it fair or not? You can look at it like, oh, this competition is not fair. But if you think about it, life is not fair. Life is just the most unfair thing ever, because there are some people who dying in cancer with like the age of 5, or they're hungering, or they're feeling they're unsafe, they're being killed on the street or in a fucking war. It's a shit show, right? And that's why I do believe that we humans, we have to stick together, and it's not about judging the other person. Oh my god, this guy is wearing this and that. Who the fuck cares? Like there are people dying for no reason, literally zero reason. Okay, the reason is money, of course, but I don't want to get into this. I don't want to get into politics because I hate
Yeah.
politics. But yeah.
I know, bro. I get it. I really, I know. No, I think we should get into politics, bro. I want to be a politician. And I really think about it, bro. That I also have very little opposition to this. I love that the topic came up yesterday, and that's why I wanted to touch on it on the Papis, because this is what we're gonna be talking about. But it's connected to everything. It's impossible to not talk about it. But honestly, as well, the amount of energy that I put into this topic is very minimum, bro, in my months and in my life. And I feel that what is important is for you to connect with real people around you. to not if you want to have role models as well, look in your community, in community centers, look in positive volunteering places, in a good job, in good organization. You will have leaders. This is the thing as well, is like, even though we do promote being an entrepreneur, it's very powerful for you to have a very good workplace, a renowned company, a company of leaders, people that can guide you, learn you new skills. And with each job you get to upgrade yourself as a leader. So what I'm just seeing, that for me, it's more and more concerning that we live in an age where media is so accessible, that our children all are carrying media consuming devices and are consuming at an unprecedented rate of like millions and millions of megabits per day. And all of this media is very distorted. And this is fucking up our brains.
Yeah.
And this is my concern. But I'm happy we could touch on this topic and make
me
it
too.
work.
Me too. It's really deep. It's really deep. And yeah, I think at the
Amazing.
end of the day, it's more about, getting to know yourself, being aligned, and actually knowing who are you, what your values are, and how to express yourself. Thank you for watching and
Thank
for
you.
listening. And
Yes.
yeah, hit the like and subscribe button, leave
See
your
you
feedback,
next time.
ask
Go
questions,
for it.
and see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Thank you. Have a beautiful day.